Just wanted to do a video just to review how to find the surface area of a rectangular prism. So remember, we have a formula to find the surface area of a rectangular prism. This just works for a rectangular prism. It's the only one that we have a formula for surface area. Otherwise, we just would find the area of each face in the prism or pyramid and add them up. So if we're looking for surface area of anything that doesn't look like a box, we're just going to find the area of all the faces in the prism and add them up. But these particular ones that sort of look like boxes, they're called rectangular prisms, and we can find the surface area by basically taking the length times the width, okay, which would be length times width, kind of this bottom, okay, the width times the height, this side. Sorry, I'm very sloppy writing with mess. And the length times the height, which is going to give us length times the height, which would give us this whole thing. Length times the height, this front box. Okay. Now I'm going to try to color code this a little bit. So the length times the width is down here. Length, width, and this is a rectangle here at the bottom. Now there's also a matching one up on the top, so we can kind of see this one a little bit better. And so in order to find the area of both of them, we're going to start by just finding the area of the length times the width. So to do that, it's a rectangle, base times height, we'll do 8 times 5 or 5 times 8. Either way, it wouldn't have really mattered. Now we'll do the width times the height. So that's going to come over with this width and the height of the whole prism. Okay. Now that also has a matching side over here. And so that's where the 2 comes from, because we have 2 of those same sides as well. And the dimensions for that are 5 times 11. And we have one more set of sides here. We have the front and the back, or the length times the height, okay, which is this front part here. So the length is 8. And now we don't see anything labeled here on this green rectangle for these sides, but we can use the relationships in this prism to help us determine that. So since this is a rectangle, that's 5 here, that means this side's 5. And since this long side is 11, the height's 11, that also means this side is 11 inches as well. And that also means that the side of this rectangle is 11 inches. So that helps us to get the area of this rectangle of 8 times 11. Now we just have to simplify all of these parts. So we will have 2 times, we have to do the order of operations, so we have to do all this stuff inside first. So 8 times 5 was 40. Okay, the 5 times 11 is 55. And 8 times 11 is 88. And then if we'd like, that's just so horrible, 88, sorry. If we'd like, we can use a calculator to help us figure that out. So then we're just going to simplify this. Add 40 plus 55, okay, plus 88. And then we get 183. And our last step, since that was just 3 of the 6 sides, is we just multiply that by 2. And when we multiply 183 by 2, we're going to get 366. Because we're dealing with area here, we have to remember to label that in square inches. So we can abbreviate square that way, inches, or we could have written it with the exponent of the squared exponent. So then it sort of looks like inches squared, but we still read that as squared inches. And now we found the surface area of this prism.